Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Ultrascan Diagnostics here. This is the CBCT of the patient that you had requested. The area of interest is the lower right 8 and the lower left 8 and their approximation to the inferior alveolar nerve. On the panoramic view, you can clearly see that the inferior alveolar nerve is in close approximation. So now we're going to take you to the transaxial view. The transaxial view is basically the proximal view. This is the mesial root. This is the mesial aspect of the lower right 8. As we move more distally, you will be able to see that the apex of the mesial root is extremely close. I can measure that for you. That's 0.8 millimeters from the inferior alveolar nerve. As we are moving further, this is the distal root, and the distal root is actually right next to the nerve. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to remove the highlight. So this is where the compression of the inferior alveolar nerve happens because of the wisdom tooth. The inferior alveolar nerve is placed buccally to the wisdom tooth, so hence this is something to be kept in mind as well. Here the cortical plate becomes extremely thin. We see a little bit of a radiolucency here as well, and so this basically is the association of the wisdom tooth in the lower right quadrant with the inferior alveolar nerve. Moving to the lower left side, this is the mesial aspect of the lower left wisdom tooth. You can see that it is right on top. It is actually in contact with the inferior alveolar nerve. As you're moving more distally, we can see that the wisdom tooth distal nerve is also in complete contact with the inferior alveolar nerve. Here you can see it's an extremely thin cortical plate right there. This is the inferior alveolar nerve canal, the IT canal. As you can see, it becomes kidney bean shaped, and this only happens when the wisdom tooth is compressing the inferior alveolar nerve, and that's when it changes its architecture. Otherwise, it remains to be a circular shape that you can see very visibly right here. So this circular pattern is of a wisdom of a inferior alveolar nerve, but here on the mesial aspect you can see it's very close, but as we move more distally, you can actually see that it becomes kidney bean shaped. Hence the compression from the inferior from the wisdom tooth on the left side. Now this is the axial view. The axial view is a top to bottom view, and on the top to bottom view I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the crown structure. As we're moving towards the apex, you'll see even close to the apex, the distal root on the lower right quadrant is in contact, and the distal root in the lower left quadrant is also in contact with the inferior alveolar nerve. So if you have any further questions regarding these cases, please feel free to reach to our team. I'm going to show you one more sagittal view which we haven't shown you yet, and that's this view. So on the sagittal view, we can see that this is where the inferior alveolar nerve, this is the canal as you can see, and this is the root, and the root is slightly curved distally as well, an acute curve in the distal root, and here you can see it's completely in contact with the nerve. And if we show you the lower left side, and this, and there we go. So this is the canal. So that the canal, and that's where it is very closely associated with the nerve. So the lower right side is extremely close and interconnected, and the lower left is touching the canal, and as you can see on all the views that we've shown you. Thank you very much.